Roll call.
Austin Cool here.
Wired here. Osley absent. Approval of meeting minutes from May 1st.
Austin Cool make a motion to approve meeting minutes from May 1st, 2025.
Wired will second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Citizen input. See none. Project oversight and updates. You have anything, Chad?
Yeah, we have a couple things. Today, we had a Teams meeting with the DOT regarding storm sewer on State Highway 19, State Highway 89, and our Hendrick Street project. I think it went well. They started off by telling us we need to upsize our storm sewer pipe on Hendrick Street from a 36 to a 48. With them saying that, also they said they will give us a credit for the additional costs of upsizing that pipe when it comes to do State Highway 89. So it's not cash in hand, but it's lessening our bill on State Highway 89 in 3 years. So that meeting went well. It was about a half hour-ish.
Yep.
We had half a dozen people on there, Mitch Lysis, a couple guys from their engineering service, a couple guys from DOT, and then Vicky from.
She's part of DOT, she's part of the project manager.
Yeah.
She's the one that sends me all the paperwork.
So that went well. It went a lot easier, better than I thought it was.
That just means they're gonna upsize it on 89.
Well, and if we decide to do the urban cross section on State Highway 19 in 2033, we'll be collecting all of the stormwater off that portion, 3/4 mile portion of the road. Currently, I would say we're probably getting the majority of it anyways, but that's their stormwater management engineer. So.
Oh, yep.
And it really isn't, when Mitch called me after the meeting and he said basically the way the bid package was put out, you've always got contingencies in there. He said the contingencies should cover it. So the money that we are planning to spend, even though we always hope to spend less, should stay about the same, so that in 2 years, when the 28 project comes up, we should not have to borrow this much. And then we had a conversation about 19, because I won't sign any more documents until they give me a better drawing, because the documents was saying that we're paying for 6.8 miles. I'm like, no, we only got about 1.5 miles total from Quick Trip to Heil Street. That's all the farther it goes, that's
Right.
Waterloo's limits. We're not doing the whole thing as an urban cross section. So we had conversations about that, and even they went back and forth. One person thought it was okay, the other one's like, no, we better look at it. I'm like, that road is costing us more than the longer road of 89. Oh, but you got the parking lanes. We're like, no, we do not have any parking lanes. There's no additional asphalt, curb, gutter, sidewalk, and we're only gonna do it on one side. Storm, right.
So
But that's
they're-
all under it.
Yes, so they're gonna give us, so the mayor said, they gave us one lump sum of like $2.3 million.
Correct.
So now they're gonna give us an itemized, or they came up with that $2.3 million or 1.8,
Vicky
whatever.
said she
you
got
wanna
it down to
call
1.8, but then even they were still talking, I think we've got, because they pulled it up on the map, they did a quick measure, and they're like, yeah, we better look at that. I'm like, really? Yeah, please do.
Yeah, finding a city boundary shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, so it was a good meeting.
Yes, it was, and in 8 years, who's to say we do it or don't do it, but at least the pipe will be in the ground,
Planning for the future.
planning for the future, whether, and, you know, we could potentially get future development somewhere around town too, where that also goes into that pipe.
Where it feeds to that, correct?
So, and they're paying for it, so.
The difference.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mitch figured 100-ish,
yeah.
and they sent us an email today confirming what we all talked about.
Correct, yeah, got it.
Okay, next Tuesday, the 10th, we have our pre-construction meeting with Donner Incorporated for the Hendrick Street project. And was told on by the subs and us and that, so I'm sure we'll get insight on the Hendrick Street project, the Lone Street project, the Hendrick Street project, and Indian Hills, all next week, Tuesday.
Indian Hills is a separate project though.
Separate project, but Donner's sub is the general on them other 3 areas.
Alright.
So it's the sidewalks in the hills.
So Kartechner Brothers is a general on Indian Hills, Henry, and Lum, and a sub for Hendricks.
Alright. Yeah, it's just as easy to run them together, and that's probably why they got the winning bid for both, because
Yeah.
they were able to knock down their mobilization by being a ton already.
And I think they give us a pretty fair unit price per ton on asphalt, it's like $70 a ton installed, so it'd be paying no one by $10 or $12, and everybody else pay that much too, so. I haven't been happy with them in the past, hopefully, third time's a charm. Minor issues, but kind of made me upset a little bit. That's all I have.
Excellent, thank you. Unfinished business, seeing none, new business. Ordinance 2025-08, amending ordinance 350-7, parking restrictions on Jefferson Street.
We're adding number 17.
We are changing from going just to Pierce Street to Polk Street.
So,
That's over the railroad tracks, right?
correct, that's
Yeah.
just to the edge of
The McCabe building.
Hazel
Yep,
office
yep,
for the antique
yep.
mall. So, years back before we redid the road, no parking on the west side of the street from East Madison to left signature. We widened the road a little bit, thinking, whatever, so we just decided to do the 100 block or 200 block, whatever it equals up here. So now it's getting clogged up in front of the antiques mall. They have a parking lot, they don't choose to use it, and then with equipment and garbage trucks and stuff, it makes it difficult to get through there. I installed the signs already, so I hope you guys approve this.
Yeah, if there's a demonstrated need for it, I don't have an objection to it.
And Chief and I.
Especially if it was that way previously.
Yeah, and Chief and I discussed it, so.
But the rest of Jefferson is parking on both sides all
So
the way?
currently now, from Polk Street to the south to Termini, south of Petrol, they can park on both sides of the street, but I'm gonna monitor that too now, because they might hop the wall.
Okay.
And we might end up going back to the way it was.
And we don't do alternate side here either, do we?
And I don't know why it was ever decided the west side. That was before me.
Well, we can rotate every year. Odd years, it's, east side, even years, it's the west.
Good Lord.
They've
Make a
been,
sign out of that.
they've been installed for probably a week or so now, and I haven't seen any issues. They haven't been parking there, they've been using the parking lot, they haven't off the block. So hopefully,
But what do you mean by parking lot?
From McKay parking lot.
The old McCabe office parking lot they purchased.
they purchased that.
The one south
Who
of
purchased
Polk?
what?
Antique mall.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. So you're talking like customers are.
Customers are
there.
parking right in front of the
Okay.
business.
Got it.
They don't want to walk
Instead of that
across.
parking
I
lot.
don't know, it's so far.
And there's, there's an AD ramp, there's a crosswalk there.
Yeah, that's closer to. Crazy, okey dokey.
Seems simple enough.
All right, Austin Cool will make a motion to approve the ordinance 2025-08, amending 350-7, parking restrictions on Jefferson Street.
Ware will second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. Motion carries.
Mayor budget started.
Feels like we just did it.
Right.
I wish for June and then just like that, look where we are.
June,
Double-edged sword.
mayor's budget.
Yep. Budget.
Good Lord.
Mhm.
Here we are, right into November.
Well, we're hoping Lana's gonna have a pretty good handle on it, so that we have minimal meetings, because I'm already gone in August.
Yeah, I got some time too. Well, I'll update calendar to Jean,
Yeah,
so she'll know. Or y'all will know.
yeah,
We should maybe have a group calendar,
especially,
another one to keep track of, Charlie.
sure.
Austin,
Cool will make a motion to adjourn.
Wyatt will second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
Roll call. Cummings here.
Austin Cool here, Charles Cool here.
Griffin here.
Thomas here.
Wyatt here.
Jody is out. Meeting minutes, approval of May 15th. Are there any additions or corrections?
Cummings will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 15th.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Austin Cool to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Citizen input? Seeing none. Meeting minutes summary since the last council board of review meeting.
We met, we had no one signed up to go over anything that night. He had taken care of everything in the open book. We did have someone show up that day, and he was able to talk to them and go over their issues. I'm not sure if that was resolved or not. No further board of reviews needed, though. And, yeah, it went great. We were here for 2 hours. Supposedly, the state senate or house or someone's looking into reducing. You aren't going to be required to be here for 2 hours.
If you have
If
no
you're here for 30 minutes and you have no appointment scheduled, then you'll be able to not just sit in a room for 2 hours. So we're hoping that happens. But it went just fine, and everything's been reported to the state and tied up.
All right, thank you. Planning commission was canceled with no agenda items. Library, Sarah?
Yeah, the election of the board stayed the same. So Art is the president, Sue is the vice president. So those stay the same. They have been those. And then we discussed the library board bylaws and had policy updates like we do every single time. And then the Jefferson County Library Board member, we did find that out that it was from Jefferson, so we can't have Dodge and we can't have like Dane, you know, all these different members coming. It's Jefferson,
Right.
and it was given, so I just wanted to make sure, because they heard us discussing at the last meeting.
Good.
So, yeah, so she came and she can vote and she can do all of that, so, yeah. And that is about it.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Special finance meeting was canceled on the 2nd. Water and light, Richard?
Yeah. We talked about, there's a report coming that we need to pass because it's a quality report is required. We talked about the electrical project updates and insuring some concrete.
All right. Parks commission, Gabe is not here.
It was a lot of just information only, getting everybody up to speed on what the agendas look like. We do have one person that's new, that's never been to a meeting before, so just making sure she understood everything. The biggest items were, we did receive plans for the reunion hall.
Okay.
I guess it's in pretty bad shape, so it was more of just an information only to get quotes on what that would take to revamp it. Bounced around a couple ideas of maybe instead of a full building, making it into like the concession stand up by the Diamonds, where it's essentially a half building with poured concrete and open concept. So I think Gabe's gonna go ask them for plans and quotes on that, just to see what the price comparison is on that.
Okay.
And then the only other big item was the coordinator, the Parks coordinator job description.
We had a discussion on 4th of July, nothing exciting for that?
No, it sounds like we're about halfway to the $10,000 mark, with a couple of additional small add-ons to that, so we didn't get a firm idea of what the financials are,
Okay.
but it sounds like it's gonna go ahead and go forward with
The fireworks and stuff?
Yeah, with the Friends of the Park maybe contributing money to cover the rest of the cost.
Thank
You have Friends of the Park too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I think it's
Friends of the Library,
2
Friends of
people.
the Park.
Friends of the fire department? Well,
Wow.
not really, it's a friends, it's.
Somebody wants to start that.
Do they not?
He's like, hey, that's a good idea.
It's called supporters.
We need friends of the city, please.
Right?
Friends of the city.
Friends of public works.
All right, thank you. Finance special was this evening. Charlie?
Everything that was discussed is on the agenda for later on.
Thank you. Public safety?
And same with,
You?
Yep.
All right, below. Public works, Richard?
Ironically, the same.
Okay, good talk, everyone. New business, none, I still don't know why we have that. Item 6, finance, special resolution 2025-27, police department purchase new Ford vehicle.
and that's actually with, that went to public safety and health tonight.
The same?
That one, that
Oh, so
resolution.
that's not
No.
finance.
No, so I will talk about that.
Very good.
It was brought, we did make a motion to bring it to council. There's 73,000 miles on their current vehicle, and they are wanting to get this vehicle approved before the June 15th, because then the price can go up if they do not get the order in. So they would like to have that motion to go forward with the Belford Arlington, Wisconsin bid for $44,749.84. So I will make that motion to approve the.
Can you give me that dollar amount again?
$44,749.84.
From, say, the
Belford.
Belford
Okay.
in Arlington. And it is a, vehicle. It's a Ford
Yep.
SUV.
And obviously, we have that in the budget.
Yep.
Thankfully, it's not a pickup truck.
Why?
It'd be double that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so we have a motion.
Yep, Cummings will make that motion for the resolution 2025-27 Police Department purchasing the new Ford vehicle.
Griffin second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Griffin to approve resolution 2025-27 for the new Ford vehicle. Roll call.
Cummings, yes?
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles Cole, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Where, yes.
Motion carried. Well, this is part of the finance. Well, yeah, the job descriptions actually
Came from finance last time.
from last time.
Yep.
So, yeah, so we're just gonna leave it there. Job descriptions. Charlie?
Job descriptions were requested and worked on by staff, and there was a review process. It was tabled at finance last meeting. We didn't take any action on it because there was, this copy that you see in the packet now was not represented back to the department heads for review. That has happened since. I don't believe there was any changes requested at that time, so these are in front of you to approve for the job descriptions for Public Works and the Parks Coordinator.
Go ahead.
Got a question?
Well, I guess I got a number of questions. Are we going to do this before motion's made or after motion's made or during discussion or what? I have no problem with Public Works. Job description, I have many problems with Parks Coordinator. And last Personnel Committee meeting, this was going to go back to personnel. I thought you even talked about having possibly a special meeting to discuss this, because at the council it hadn't been in the packet. I could be wrong in my recollection. I talked to Jean about that, and she said that there was some confusion, and she thought the same thing.
There was versions that were in the whole packet. Yeah.
And nobody saw it, and there was never discussion on the current description that is in the council packet. I don't think that ever went back through personnel for
It did not.
discussion. In reading through that Parks Coordinator, I don't think it accurately describes what Gabe is even doing currently. The job description is strictly managerial and supervision. It has nothing that indicates that it's supposed to be hands-on work that Gabe currently does in the park. It's nothing, I mean, it's missing like that whole paragraph that the Public Works Director job description has.
But if, Tim, if you look, and so when you look at the general purpose, yes, it's different than the public works one, but when you look at the essential duties and responsibilities, it does outline everything that he does. So, yeah,
The two jobs are different.
yeah.
Two jobs are different,
Right.
but who
And
does
it's
what?
2 pages of things that he's required or doing.
If you read through that, it is all management.
Yeah, management.
Management or supervision. It doesn't say that he has to do physical work. It doesn't say he has to do actual work. If you read, it's all management or supervision. Every line is management or supervise. Doesn't say he has to do any of it. He just has to make sure it gets done. And I think that's lacking from this job description. So I'd like to send this back to personnel, and if nothing else, add that one paragraph that is in Chad's job description to it, where it says specifically, and I mean, Chad specifically states, this position includes hands-on in-the-field duties. That is missing from Gabe's entirely.
Is that something that we're obviously requiring Gabe to still do? Is he still required to do the hands-on
Okay.
aspect of it? That's what my question is that,
Well, he's hands-on from the standpoint that he does cleaning of the facilities, but he's got other people that clean the bathrooms, he's got other people that line the fields. He also lines the fields,
right,
like he got ready for that tonight,
yeah.
so.
But that's what I'm saying is that something that we are going to require him to do, or is that something that is moving out of his job role?
He's always been doing that.
Yeah, I know.
That's never changed.
Okay,
Specifically. That's to my point, is it doesn't even cover what he currently does.
Well, everything in here is what he currently does, it's just how it is worded.
And that's my problem. It says he manages or supervises. Nowhere does it say that he has to perform hands-on activities. And I thought I was reading it wrong. I had somebody else read it and say, explain to me what this said. And their answer to me was management and supervision. I've had more than one person read it, and they
Well,
keep
then
coming
it's
back
as
with it.
simple as just changing it.
I'd like to see it go back and get it corrected.
Just this one.
Yeah.
Just that one, yeah. I'm fine with public works.
Okay.
Because I mean, Chad specifically said he is going to do hands-on.
Yeah, we'd have to delineate what hands-on means.
And that's a question I asked, because I thought there was going to be a meeting between Gabe, Chad.
And they've done all that.
Chad says no,
We
it
haven't
hasn't.
been in a room together, I mean, we've been operating status quo like we have, Gabe comes over the project and I'll help if I got time, or he has
Right.
his own.
Right.
It's not been set in stone where a clear dividing line has been written.
And I don't know if you want to put it to that extent, because that's a working relationship between department heads. It's not necessarily a
But that's been the hang,
description of
Yeah.
the position.
that there lies the
There's
issue.
been,
Supervision has been the hang-up, hasn't it?
Prioritization seems to be the hang-up.
Prioritization.
Oh,
Somebody values their issue greater than the other one does. Timing-wise and.
granted. Okay.
So I would like to see Gabe's go back, because I would like to see something where it says there are hands-on, because Gabe does hands-on.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
And when we don't have part-time employees, and Gabe is the only employee in the park, who does it then? Does it then become the public works problem? Because nowhere in here does it say it, because it says Gabe manages and supervises.
Just say
It says ensuring the proper upkeep of all
Correct.
municipal park facilities and grounds.
Which is management and supervision.
Doesn't say actual labor.
Upkeep?
Ensure that this is done. Doesn't ensure that he does it. And he does. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to
No,
minimize what he
I'm thinking
does.
on the wording of it, I guess.
I was trying to figure out if I was reading things into it, Charlie. So I handed it
Yeah.
off to other people to read. And they came back with the same conclusions I was. It was a management and supervision document.
Okay. Fair enough.
And it might be just simple, you know, a couple words changed here and there.
Or just a sentence.
Mhm.
If you have suggestions before the next finance meeting, I think we appreciate it.
I think I've talked to Rich about it quite a bit.
I haven't heard a word from you.
Yeah, I know, because he sits right here. It's easy to talk to him.
Oh, gotcha.
Do you
Okay.
do you know what he wants?
Yeah, I have good general sense.
Okay,
It was early this evening, Charlie. So,
Oh, okay.
okay.
All right, so I will make a motion that we approve the Public Works job description and table defer the public, or the Parks Coordinator job description back to committee for further review.
I think refer is the right word.
Refer,
Refer, not do,
Yeah.
defer.
refer.
I will second that motion. Thank you.
Motion by Cool, second, Charlie Cool, second by Thomas, to approve the Public Works job description and refer back to committee for updates to the Parks Coordinator job description. Any other questions?
Does not passing this have any impact on?
Any? No.
Nothing?
No.
It's literally just a formality to,
Everything we're doing is merely a formality just because these job descriptions haven't been updated in quite a while, and his, in fact, only said draft.
yeah, I don't think
It never got
there's
fixed in
an
2017.
official parks coordinator.
Doesn't change
Okay.
anything, it's just a formality,
Okay.
yeah.
It's
It's something
the-
that needs to get done.
Like I said, it's the guardrails that, for the job position, that probably haven't been defined
Yeah.
before this.
Fair enough.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Utilities, Resolution 2025-28. This is our annual little report card of the wastewater treatment plant, just some light reading. I always look at it and I'm going, I got nothing. I just look at the alphabet grade and go, yay, we're an A.
Similar to the bond reading.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so is there any,
No,
I know we had like once in a while, a little tweak here or there, something that we had to fix or whatever, but with a brand new sewer system going into place, I gotta believe.
yeah, we got an A++
Yeah, yeah.
equivalent.
So no, anything of value to report?
Well, it's all very valuable, but nothing different or new.
Got it. All right.
Nothing to be alarmed.
Nothing to be alerted
No
about.
no alarms, nothing alarming here. All right. Pretty basic, like I said, this happens every year.
I will move to approve the resolution 2025-28 CMAR report.
Griffin will second.
Motion by Ware, second by Griffin to approve the CMAR report, resolution 2025-28. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Reports and pay number 24. We've got to be getting to the end. What's the magic number? Do we even know? 28? And just count down.
It's gonna be a while yet. I mean,
All right.
by the time you have a couple months of work, a lethargic payment request a month later, and then punch list stuff and clean up stuff.
All right. So we'll be having more. So Sarah, here we go.
Certainly by the end.
All right, so reports and pay number 24 in the amount of $468,264.04.
Cummings will make that motion for that set amount.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Austin Cool to approve reports and pay number 24. Any questions? Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Girls, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Where, yes?
Motion carried. And the other two items on here are just for your information. Again, more light reading, some pictures. It's very nice, very, very nice. And we did tour it, so it is kind of fun now to see these pictures. That was familiar. All right, so nothing there. Public health and safety, resolution 2025-26.
Isn't there 2 more on there?
That's what I said, the other 2 items were.
Oh, just joking.
Informational, reading
Just
light.
joking.
Yeah, try and keep up.
I am trying to keep up here. It's been a long day.
Moving right along.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
Those are just on there for information.
Okay, got it.
Got it. All right, public health and
Just
safety.
making sure we're keeping
You're-
you in
you're-
check.
You're up now.
I know, but not really.
Public health and safety?
That's actually the one that was supposed to be.
Ah,
I was like, I don't think so.
We found it, it just, we switched it around.
Yeah.
Good Lord, here we go.
Again,
All right,
we're
that
keeping
was the
our-
special one from
Yep.
tonight.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, 2025-26, exempting lieutenant from overtime and comp time. This is something we were discussing before. We've done this in the past with office, so I will let you run with it. Charlie?
We discussed on, a little bit more on how this would work out. The request is that he's probably gonna have, maybe, most of his vacation left by the time his anniversary date comes up in August. So we thought it fitting that he gets paid out for that because he hasn't had the chance to be able to utilize that vacation because he's been helping cover staffing shifts due to the shortage of employees at the present time. So the rest of his comp time, if he doesn't use that up by the end of the year, we would go ahead and pay him out for those hours. So this would just ratify that. It's not anything new. It's we've done it in the past for other employees. So I will make the motion for resolution 2526 exempting the lieutenant for overtime and max comp time.
Austin Cool, second.
Cool, second by Austin Cool to approve resolution 2025-26, which expires December 31st.
Correct.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles Cool, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Where, yes?
Motion carried. And again, this is all within budget because we know everyone. Let's see, so finance, so the Night Market Business Association, that really was public health and safety.
Yes, that,
Yep.
yep. Yep, so that's the Waterloo Business Association is putting on a Waterloo Night Farmers Market. It starts June 17th from 5 to 8. They wanted it until 9 and we cut them off at 8 just because with breakdown and it'll be dark by then, no one's gonna come and buy anything. So
What is it?
it's a farmer's market.
Yeah.
No.
I thought it started earlier. I thought they wanted it before.
They did, they wanted it June 3rd, but they didn't get the
Stuff in.
the stuff in time. So, yeah,
They got rained out.
got rained out,
Anyway.
yep. Yep.
It's hardly gonna be dark by
Today's-
then.
But so they're skipping the 10th?
Dusk.
Yeah, so it's like every other week, it's June
Oh, okay. I see
17th,
that.
July
15th,
1st, July 15th, July 29th,
Yeah.
August 12th, August 26th, and September 9th. So there's only 7 times that they're
So
gonna
it does
have it.
have 8 o'clock on
I
here.
see, it's on
Yep,
there.
yep. We had conversation about, they wanted it moved to 9.
Oh, they
Oh,
asked
yeah.
to afterwards?
Yeah,
Oh,
and we-
got it. Okay, I
we-
just want to make sure we give them the right.
We ex-nayed that and said, we're gonna keep it at 8.
Yeah, that's plenty late.
Yeah. And Steve is gonna go put out a cone, where?
In the parking stall on East Madison Street, just east of the handicap parking, kind of between the alleyway to the food pantry and the Four Corners, there's like 3 stalls there, one being handicapped, one they'll utilize and one will be open. And he will block that off when he sees it open sometime after 3 o'clock.
And he's blocking just for people.
For the Shiver Shack.
The
for
Shiver Shack,
food trucks.
ice
Oh,
shanty is
gotcha.
gonna be down there.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Good.
Okay. Is there any other questions? No? Okay.
Hope they do well.
Thanks. Cummings will make a motion to approve the Night Market Waterloo Business Association event.
Thomas will second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Thomas to approve the Night Market event starting June 17th. All in favor?
Okay.
Opposed?
Okay, so real quick, I am new to this,
Okay.
of running a meeting. So there was 2 things that we discussed at the meeting.
Okay.
that is not on here, so do I not need to talk about it?
No, if it wasn't.
That would have been in my meeting summary.
Correct.
So would you like me to talk about it now?
If you would really like to share it, but I can say motion carried, now we're done. Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, so we're sending to the attorney, the massage parlor ordinance.
Because that was part of your agenda.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so I should have said that, so
Yeah.
it wasn't below, so
Okay.
sorry about that. And we're sending it to, I know, we're sending it to the city attorney to
Okay.
draft an ordinance, and then it's gonna come back to us, and then you guys won't get that, so.
There's also the handicap one too.
And the handicap one is being deferred, tabled,
Deferred.
deferred. Yeah. Until further notice,
There you go.
because, she wants a handicap parking, and we have to go and get go to the state and see if we can,
Who be she?
Denise, she
Wright,
owns
The hair place?
the hair place, and she has a ton of, handicap people, and
So all three of them salons could say the same thing.
correct. But is there not one by her?
There's not one on that side.
There's not one on that side. And so then we kind of talked about going to the state, is that what we
We would
would?
have to petition the DOT because there is no ADA compliance ramp there anymore. They removed the sidewalk, so it would involve removing the curb, removing portions of the sidewalk,
Yeah.
pouring an ADA ramp.
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
So we're gonna look into it.
Okay.
Because there is one over on, right by the pizza place and the old chiropractor, used to be the pharmacy, so that's probably why they put one there.
Yeah.
And so,
Okay,
yeah, so,
we will wait for.
okay, that's it, sorry.
All right, good talk.
Yep.
Public Works and Property Committee. Resolution 2025-08, amending parking restrictions. Let's keep it up with the parking stuff.
This is to add some no parking on the west side of Jefferson Street from East Madison to Polk. That's it. That's
West
east.
to Pierce.
West of Pearson.
West of Pierce, now we're moving it.
You're extending it.
Extending it to Polk because they're kind of clogging it up there with antique mall and railroad tracks and stuff, so. Extend it there to that point and monitor it going forward. Originally, before we redid Jefferson Street, it went from East Madison to West Ventura, so. We'll just keep an eye on it, please.
So we've actually added parking, it's just now we're kind of taking some
We're
of it
taking
away.
some of
because
it back
it's
away because
Still
they're.
a pretty thin road
Yeah,
there.
and if you park on both sides of the street, depending on the time of year, I would not be able to get through with plow truck. Right now, when they park on both sides of the street, the garbage truck has issues going through, so just extend it to East Polk Street, which is the antique mall and Old McKay's office
And
building.
there's plenty of parking
And they
available.
also have a parking lot
Yeah.
for the antique mall, so I'm not taking parking away from the business, just
Correct.
here's your spot.
Please go park there. Okay.
And there's a handicap ramp, ADA, and a crosswalk there, so it's, yeah.
So I'll make the motion to approve amending ordinance, parking, no parking, 350-7 with ordinance resolution 2025-08.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Wired, second by Austin Cool to approve ordinance 2025-08, parking restrictions. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Future agenda items and announcements. Jeannie has a couple, and then I have one from Gabe.
Yes, we have a new website,
Yay.
and we're not perfect, we have a long ways to go. There's a lot of things to fix on it. We knocked out the cable tonight, they can't have a live feed tonight, thanks to us. But we are working on it. You'll notice a few things wrong, and we're getting them updated, but it takes time, so. But we are working on it. If you have questions, call the city. If you can't find your information, and let us know that we need to add that to it. We're happy to.
Because it's a lot
It's
of transfer.
so much easier to use, and it's very user-friendly, so we can update things much faster.
Awesome.
Also, GFL was in today to talk to us about the garbage issues we're having. They changed now, we no longer get our GFL workers out of Monona and
Janesville.
Janesville. They're now out of Horicon. Yeah, those guys are from Horicon. And we have new phone numbers, so we put a new phone number on their website and on the Facebook page to call if you have issues or if you want to schedule a certain pickup. They ask for oil and tires if you notify them. That way they don't have a big box truck that drives around, but then they can make sure that it's picked up. And hopefully we'll have a better relationship. We talked about garbage all over the streets and dropping different totes. And these, the two gentlemen we talked to today were very receptive and they understood our plight, and I'm hoping going forward that we see some different kind of issues, but we can contact them direct. And so I have their phone number and I can call Dennis or John.
John and Dennis.
So I think Chad walked away feeling much better about it too.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we got both of their cell phone numbers, we got their actual office dispatch girls that are located in their office, so they'll answer our phone calls directly to them, to dispatch their drivers, not having them get chased around the country, trying to get an answer, trying to get something picked up.
You were really fast with dropping off my neighbor's garbage can that got picked up today.
It was the end of the day, we had to get her done.
Yeah, she lost her recyclables.
Yeah, they
thing?
just took Sarah's whole recycling
thing?
They don't know. I told them to look at their cameras.
Yeah, cameras down there.
Yeah, I didn't want him to go all weekend, so I asked Chad to do it quick before he left for the day, so they could use it before, you know. they
Yeah,
have to
thank
go out
you. She
again.
was like,
This
and all of a sudden it
change
disappeared.
training and personnel or the
Yes,
location?
so as of last week, they were still using the Monona,
LRS.
yeah, but they're using the Monona crew for GFL, and now we're using the Horicon crew for everything, and these two guys directly supervise the Horicon guys that come here. And they have a guy in Columbus, I don't remember his name, he will come here, so what, I had an issue with some leftover recyclables that were not picked up properly over off of not Lexington.
Bluegrass.
Bluegrass, I'm sorry. And they are coming back in the morning, he lives in Columbus, he'll run over here and make sure it's right. And I'm hoping that, it's nice that the people work in the office, that where the people direct the drivers, it's all in one place. Whereas Janesville doesn't have the drivers there, the drivers out at Horicon, and it was having to go through so many people. And we've been working overtime with garbage, it's ridiculous, so.
And they're only gonna pick up what's in the can, so if you got extra items out.
You gotta
that don't-
get it in your can.
If it doesn't fit in the can, you gotta call for bulk pickup or heavy pickup.
Okay.
And don't jump on your recycle bin to get it closed.
I don't, I just top it. You should have seen some of mine. Mine are pretty good.
So,
The guy that does the garbage pickup in our neighborhood, he's deaf and
Yes,
he
he
is fantastic.
They
I went
talked
out
about
and
him.
scared the wits out of him to thank him, and then he told me he was deaf.
no surprise.
And then I called and gave a compliment, and so I did speak with someone in Horgon, and I was like, he's fantastic, like, we really
But
appreciate
do
it.
we want citizens calling them directly, or do we
They
want
can,
them to call us?
we gave them a number they can call, just like they
Yeah.
could call
Okay.
LRS before.
Do we have it listed
But,
on our
Yep,
website?
Sarah updated it today, and I, hopefully on the new one that we have now.
That'd be good.
And yeah, so they have the drivers right there and they have direct contact with the drivers. It's not if I go to Janesville and get put on hold and they call me back 5 hours later, and then they can tell the driver the next day, it's gonna, hopefully it'll happen faster. So the two gentlemen we talked to, we started off a little and then we got to where we needed to go, and we, said we wanna work with you, but we can't have these kind of issues. This is too much. And Chad explained sometimes he's gone behind them and picked up bags that have fallen off and they don't pick up. So I thought it was a good conversation that we had with them, and hopefully we will go forward. I did pull the contract and I know a few things about, if there's issues continue and things, so we are going
It's
to
a 5-year
monitor it.
relationship, right?
It is through next year.
Through next year.
Yeah.
You're talking about today.
Through 26, okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
Not for me.
Very good. All right, Gabe's announcements. Apparently there's a postcard mailer that will be sent out tomorrow. That'll be listing all events, so I'm assuming that's just like going to everybody's house.
Yeah, I think I have one somewhere in here.
Did you have a copy of it?
It looks like this.
Would you like to share that now? I mean, we let Sarah share later.
Yeah, I
you know.
mean, go ahead.
I mean, I'm not gonna read all of it, so it'll be in the mail.
All right, sounds good. List of events. And the next concert series is June 12th. I have no idea who this is. Jason Thomas Band. No idea, but anyway, hopefully it's good weather. June 12th at 6 o'clock at the park.
And Track 100 is on
Oh, it
Saturday.
is this
And
weekend.
we have no signs up in the city again.
Yeah, we have people asking, and I don't know if Sarah got that posted before she left. Because people were asking if there was a truck event this weekend. So,
The little signs are out,
Little
Yeah.
white signs.
the little white guys.
yeah, but we'll get it on the Facebook page right away tomorrow morning.
Tim put it in the paper.
There you go. We know somebody. Put it in the paper.
No, he did. It's in, Tim got it in there.
Excellent.
The circus is on the 27th, so buy your
Yes.
tickets ahead of time.
Oh,
Circus.
on June 27th?
Yes, Friday night.
I'm so excited to take Harper.
Yep.
We got tickets here at City
There's
Hall.
tickets
Yep, and you can
Balloons.
buy them online if
Well,
you
there you go.
really
Many
need to.
options.
Sounds like fun.
We've gotta go to the circus.
I know. I'm really excited. Okay,
All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
coming as a second.
Motion by Charlie Cool, second by Cummings to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.